Welcome to The Vibe.
I'm Michael.
And I'm Brandon. And today, the first thing we're going to talk about is Heidi Montag and Spencer Pratt from the MTV reality TV show The Hills, calling it quits. I don't know if you guys followed the show. Personally, I didn't. I didn't follow it either.
I'm not a big reality show fan.
Neither am I. Well, not like the whole fake I've got drama crap. But,
Maybe
I mean, her and her husband have basically been all over the tabloids and particularly all over blogs for all their crazy fame whoring antics. And now they're breaking up. I mean, I remember at one point Spencer went on to say that Spidey was going to be the biggest celebrity pop star in the world. We see how that worked out. And recently she got all that hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of surgery on her boobs and chin and lips and wherever else she got, injected and replaced and augmented. I don't know. I just think it's, just another publicity stunt. You know what I mean? They're going to have a huge thing. Probably it's going to all be caught on camera for the TV show. And they're going to have a huge thing. They're going to fight. They're going to break up. And, that'd be
pretty much more drama.
Yeah, that'd be the big cliffhanger for their show. And then, suddenly they're going to have a spinoff. I think I actually heard that they're getting their own reality TV show out of it. Well, not out of that, but this sounds like a perfect way to go into their own little show. So, yeah.
In other news, Prince of Persia, coming to theaters here soon. It's supposed to be one of the biggest adaptations from game to movie since Resident Evil. And we know how some adaptation games to movies have flopped, like Doom, for instance, Super Mario Brothers, and then Mortal Kombat, the most successful out of the three. Me personally, I would never watch a movie based off a game. I'll wait till it comes out to Netflix or Redbox.
Yeah, actually, I'm not sure if... Wait, Mortal Kombat's more successful than what?
Doom, well, adaptation-wise, Mortal Kombat's more successful.
Oh, right, but I don't think it's bigger than Resident Evil, but that's actually good.
Resident Evil is the best adaptation game of its time.
I mean, I think it's good. I mean, the last one, Extinction, it did kind of, it was like, what the hell's going on here?
Well, Extinction kind of fell off the path of Resident Evil.
Right, and that was really obvious, but I still enjoyed it, you know what I mean? It wasn't like...
the graphics.
Hitman, I mean, that was a terrible game. In fact,
horrible game.
I never even played Hitman. I mean, it was for PlayStation 1. And also PC. I don't even know if it made the PS2. But I mean, it's an old game that got made into a movie like, a half decade after its, peak in popularity. So, I'm not too big on games being made into movies because I never executed well, ever. So, I mean,
if you're a teen boy and you like CGI and action-packed, then Prince of Persia is a movie for you. But for me, I'll wait till it comes out to DVD or Netflix.
Well, I'll wait for HBO on demand. And then, you know what? I didn't really like Mortal Kombat too much either.
I mean, it had its moments.
Actually, you know what? It's one of those films that, like, when you're young, like, what's that movie with the little kids? The Three Ninjas. When I was a kid, I
love those movies.
I love Three Ninjas. But then if I watch it now, I'm like, what the hell?
But you gotta think, though, Mortal Kombat was made in the mid-90s.
Right, but I was still younger, and I really liked the action, and I thought it was, like, the coolest thing. But now I'm like, wow, the acting was pretty much awful.
Yeah, there was horrible acting.
Yeah. So, I mean, movies, no.
Movies based off games usually aren't the best successful in theaters. Even with people like The Rock starring in them, doesn't necessarily mean they're going to be a success.
Yeah. I mean, and they never execute well. It's kind of like, also that goes to say the same about TV shows. I mean, even though lately there's been lots of, like, Sex and the City, it was a show turned into a movie, big hit, millions of dollars made, set records for, like, the highest grossing debut for an R-rated movie.
Speaking of which, they have products coming out now for Sex and the City, too.
Yeah, let's not even get into that. But, like, and then you have, like, they were talking about making what was that show on Fox? I hated it. But, what was it called?
What was it about?
I don't know. It was a terrible, terrible show. I mean, people claimed it was really good. I watched it, didn't like it, but they wanted to make it into a movie. It didn't fall through. But I mean, sometimes it works. But like with TV shows and games, like a lot of times it doesn't really work out too well. So I mean, I just like to avoid that whole thing. And plus, I mean, come on, Hollywood is running out of ideas, clearly. I mean, everything's a remake, because now they're actually going to do, they're redoing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, not in 3D like they did a few years ago, but...
Live action.
Live action. And I don't know how that's going to work in 2010.
I personally like the old Turtle movie live action.
Yeah, I did. I mean, it was good for the time. I mean, it was different, you know, but now we're in a place where, you know, so much can be done with CGI, with CG, and, you know, it's like, you know, I mean...
What's the point of paying actors when you just make a computer generate something
and
for less money?
And it can come out really good sometimes. So, I mean, this could either work out or not. And they said that Michael Bay from Transformers, and also Transformers 2, is going to be doing the production for the film. So, I mean, this could go both ways. You know, if you consider Transformers 1 great, but then you look at Transformers 2, I mean, what we can hope for is that we get a really good first movie, and then, you know, let's not worry about the second film. So, that's what I have to think about that. What was next on our...
Next it was
Gene Simmons. Holy crap.
American Idol. What about American Idol? How about the finalists?
Oh, American Idol. So if
Can't
you guys...
forget about American Idol.
If you guys...
Once my girl Crystal lost, I was upset.
Yeah, I wanted Crystal to win. If you are on my Facebook,
shout out to Ohio,
or MySpace, or anything, any social network that I'm on, you know that I've been on Team bowersox from the beginning. Her and Big Mike, who I pegged to win. Well, I picked her and Big Mike to be in the final 2, and I pegged Crystal to win. Crystal made it to the end. Big Mike made it to top 4, I think, or maybe it was top 5. I don't know. But, you know, it was just a really disappointing season overall. It was boring, and it was bland. And, I mean, Crystal, I mean, she brought something to the whole show that has never been there before. I mean, all just genuine, raw talent. I mean, she's superb at what she does. And then there's Lee. You know, Lee. I mean... Lee. Yeah, I don't got nothing to say about Lee. I mean, he's another guy that sings. He has the very rock voice. The very rock voice that's very over. I know it's Cara from, you know, one of the judges kept saying, you have a very commercial voice. I can hear you on the radio right now. It's because you do. There's 500,000 bands, you know, already with this sound. That's why you can hear him right now. I can't believe that guy won. Like, and then I'm flipping online, and a lot of people were agreeing with me. Like, Crystal should have won. So, I mean, what the heck happened here? Lizard Eyes Lee, he won. So, I mean, I think it's crazy.
In other news, Gene Simmons is tagged with a sexual harassment charge from his makeup artist, no doubt. Apparently, after a concert, he had came up to her and grabbed a hold of her and brought her forward, having his spikes on his outfit hit her chest. Apparently, draw her closer to where she could feel his crotch gain up on her, then whispered into her ears, "I like you," in a sexual way. Her and her lawyers are seeking $500K. Now,
I didn't know she's actually seeking money.
It's $500K.
Oh, I mean, obviously she.
And then Gene Simmons is countersuing her, saying it's allegations and smearing his identity that he's countersuing for $500K also. I mean, what nowadays? Who doesn't get? If you're famous, who doesn't get slapped with sexual harassment to get money? I mean,
well, especially rock stars in particular, especially ones of like, you know, this big, where like, you know, sex and drugs are like glorified.
Don't forget booze.
Booze and, you know, all that stuff's like glorified. It's like, you aren't too shocked, but then you kind of are. It's like Gene Simmons now doing that. It does seem a bit weird because like KISS, not quite, you know, the hot commodity they were back in, you know, whenever it was that they were relevant.
The 80s.
And so it's like, if I had heard then, you know, it probably would have been like, oh, well, you know, it's another rock star doing crazy, wild things. Wow.
The definition of rock star is doing crazy and wild things. I mean,
right.
Like Ozzy.
And then now it's like, you know, who in the world is still going to these concerts anyways? I mean, like, I get it.